Hello, my friends, and welcome back to English Uncovered, the place where you can listen, repeat, shadow my words, and slowly build your English step by step. My name is Peter, and I'm really happy that you are here with me today. This space is made for you to practice in a calm, clear, and natural way. In this episode, I will speak slowly. I will use simple words. I will repeat ideas, and I will give you time to shadow my voice. That means you can copy me, you can speak together with me, and you can practice your speaking. When you do this many times, your English becomes stronger, and you will feel more confident. Today, our topic is very practical and very useful. We're going to learn how to describe your day in English, not only with short basic sentences, but with full ideas and complete sentences. Because when you only say small words like wake up, coffee, work, sleep, that is not real communication. You want to say more. You want to explain your day in a way that other people understand you and can answer back. By the end of this episode, you will be able to talk about your daily life in English using clear, natural, and complete sentences. So, why is this important? Why should you practice talking about your day in English? Well, it's important because your day is real. It is your life. It is something that happens to you every single day. You know it very well. You don't need to study or prepare a lot. You don't need to talk about difficult topics like history, politics, or science. Those subjects can be interesting, but they are not always easy. Talking about your day is simple and it is personal. You can say what time you wake up. You can say what you eat for breakfast. You can say if you go to school, to work, or if you stay at home. You can talk about how you feel, maybe tired, maybe busy, maybe happy, or maybe relaxed. And here is the best part. When you describe your own day, you are practicing real English. This is useful English. This is English you can use in real conversations with real people in daily life. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to use big, complicated words. You just need to try. Every time you talk about your day, you are training your brain to think in English. You start speaking more naturally. You stop translating from your first language. You start using simple, complete sentences. And with each small practice, you feel a little more confident. Let's imagine an example. You meet a new person. They ask you, "What did you do today?" If you have already practiced this at home, you can answer quickly and clearly. You can say, "I woke up at 7. I had breakfast. I went to work. I had coffee and answered my emails. In the evening, I made dinner and watched TV." Do you see? That is a full answer. That is a real conversation. And that is your goal. Not just words, but real communication. Even if you are alone, even if you are not in an English class, even if you are shy, you can still practice your speaking by talking about your day. You don't need a partner. You don't need a teacher. You just need your own voice. Whenever you don't know what to say in English, you can begin with something simple. What did I do today? What time did I wake up? What did I eat? Where did I go? What did I do in the evening? These are excellent questions because they help you remember useful vocabulary. They help you build strong English habits. They help you practice forming full sentences without stress, without pressure. You can do this practice in the morning when you talk about yesterday. You can also do it in the evening when you review your day. And if you want to make your practice even stronger, you can record your voice and listen again. When you listen to yourself, you will hear your progress. You will notice the words you say well and also the words that need more practice. This is a powerful way to grow in English. The key is to keep everything simple. Use the English you already know. Don't try to be perfect. Don't try to use difficult grammar or long, complicated words. Just focus on small, clear sentences. Little by little, those small sentences will become natural for you. And one day you will realize that you can talk about your day in English easily, without stopping, without translating, and without fear. So let's begin this journey together. In the next part, I will guide you step by step on how to describe each part of your day, morning, afternoon, and evening. We will practice together, and you will have the chance to repeat and shadow my voice. Remember, this is your safe space to practice. You don't need to hurry, you don't need to worry. Just relax, listen, and speak with me. Don't worry about mistakes. Mistakes are normal, and they are part of the learning process. The most important thing is not to be perfect, but to practice. Just open your mouth and speak. The more you practice, the easier speaking becomes. At first, you may only be able to say one short sentence. Tomorrow, you may be able to say 2. In 1 week, maybe you can tell a whole story. Progress is slow at first, but it is real, and every word you say brings you one step closer to fluency. So today, let's build that skill together. We will do it step by step, word by word, sentence by sentence. You don't need to rush, and you don't need to worry about doing it perfectly. You just need to practice with me. We will start at the very beginning of the day, the morning. Morning is one of the most important parts of your day. It sets the tone for everything that will follow. If you have a calm and positive morning, you often feel better for the rest of the day. Morning gives you energy. It gives you focus. And it is also a perfect time to practice English, even if you only have a few minutes. If you begin your day thinking and speaking in English, your brain will slowly start to switch to English more naturally. Now, let's practice some simple morning sentences together. I will say them slowly, and you can shadow, which means repeating after me. Listen carefully, then repeat each sentence in your own voice. Don't worry if you are not perfect. The important part is that you try. Let's begin. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Now you repeat. Very good. Sometimes I wake up earlier, around 6:30, especially when I have a lot to do. Now you repeat. If I sleep late, I feel tired the next morning. Your turn. I stay in bed for a few minutes and think about my day. Repeat that slowly. I like to take a deep breath and stretch my arms and legs. Breathing deeply helps me feel relaxed. Then I sit up slowly and get out of bed. Next, I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth. I brush slowly and carefully for 2 minutes because I want my teeth to be clean and healthy. After brushing, I wash my face with cold water. The cold water wakes me up and helps me feel fresh. Sometimes I even splash my face twice because it gives me extra energy. On some mornings, I take a quick shower, especially if I feel sleepy or tired. The warm water relaxes my body, but if I need more energy, I turn the water a little colder. That wakes me up completely. When I shower, I sometimes play soft music. The music gives me a good mood. Other times I listen to English audio, maybe a podcast or a short story. That way, even while I am showering, I am practicing my English listening. After my shower, I dry off with a towel and put on my clothes. I always try to wear something clean and comfortable. Sometimes I wear jeans and a t-shirt. On other days, if I have a meeting or a class, I choose something more formal, like a shirt or nicer pants. Wearing clean and comfortable clothes helps me feel confident and ready to face the day. Next, I go to the kitchen to prepare my breakfast. Breakfast is an important meal because it gives me the energy to start my day. I usually eat something simple, like toast, eggs, and fruit. Sometimes I have cereal with milk and a banana. If I have more time in the morning, I enjoy making something a little more special, like an omelet with vegetables or a warm bowl of oatmeal. I like to eat slowly so I can enjoy my food and feel calm before I begin work or study. For drinks, I usually choose coffee. I drink coffee most mornings because it gives me energy and helps me wake up. I love the smell of fresh coffee in the kitchen. But sometimes I prefer green tea. Green tea feels light and fresh, and it is a nice change when I don't want too much caffeine. On some days, especially when it is hot, I just drink cold water with lemon. Each drink gives me a different feeling, but they all help me start the day. While eating breakfast, I sometimes watch a short video or check the news. I like to know what is happening in the world. Other days, I don't watch anything. I just sit quietly, enjoy the food, and listen to the sounds outside. Sometimes I can hear birds singing or people walking on the street. These small moments of quiet are important because they help me feel peaceful. Before I leave the house, I check my phone. I look at the time and read my messages. I also check my calendar to see if I have any meetings, classes, or appointments. I pack my bag with everything I need. my phone, my notebook, my keys, and a bottle of water. Then I put on my shoes, open the door, and step outside, ready for the new day. Now let's practice shadowing with a short story about the morning. I will tell you a simple version of my morning routine. You can listen first and then shadow each sentence. Remember, you can pause after each line and repeat slowly. Are you ready? Let's begin. In the morning, I usually wake up at around 7 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up earlier if I have many things to do. I lie in bed for a few minutes and think about the day ahead. I stretch my arms, yawn a little, and slowly get up. Then I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth for 2 full minutes. After that, I wash my face with cold water. The cold water helps me feel fresh and ready.
It really helps me wake up and feel ready for the day. When I feel sleepy or tired in the morning, the first thing I usually do is take a warm shower. The warm water helps me feel more alive, more awake, and more comfortable. Sometimes while I am in the shower, I also like to listen to relaxing music. The music, together with the sound of the water, creates a very calm atmosphere. It makes me feel peaceful inside and helps me focus my thoughts before the day begins. After finishing my shower, I dry myself and put on clean, fresh clothes. I take a quick look in the mirror to check my hair and make sure I look presentable. Once I feel ready, I walk into the kitchen and begin preparing breakfast. Breakfast is very important for me because it gives me the energy I need to start my morning in a good way. Most mornings, I eat 2 pieces of toast with butter and jam. The warm toast with sweet jam is simple but delicious. Sometimes, if I want something extra, I also prepare a boiled egg to add a little more protein to my meal. With my food, I always drink a large cup of coffee. Coffee is very important to me. It gives me energy, helps me feel awake, and gives me the motivation to begin my work. While I eat breakfast, I like to sit by the window. From there, I can look outside and watch the world. Some mornings I see people walking their dogs. Some mornings I see cars passing by. And sometimes I simply notice the light of the sun. On quiet mornings, I can even hear birds singing. And this makes me enjoy a very peaceful and beautiful moment before the busy day begins. Before leaving the house, I always check my phone. I look at the time, I review my to-do list, and I check my schedule for the day. I want to be sure I know what I need to do and where I need to go. After that, I prepare my bag. I make sure I have everything I need: my phone, my wallet, my notebook, and sometimes even a small snack in case I get hungry later. Finally, when everything is ready, I put on my jacket and shoes, open the door, and step outside to begin my new day. My afternoon routine. Okay, let's continue and move into the next part of the day, the afternoon. But before that, let's practice a few final sentences together about the morning. You can repeat after me
slowly and clearly. Every morning is a little different, but I try to follow a good routine. When I start my day with English, I feel more focused. I'm proud of my progress, and I will keep going. Great. Now let's continue with the afternoon, which is the middle part of the day. For many people, the afternoon is a very busy time. Some people go to work, some people go to school, and others stay at home to take care of the house or the family. No matter what you do, the afternoon can still be a very good moment to practice English. Even if you are busy, you can still find small moments to listen, to repeat, and to practice. Even 5 or 10 minutes of English can make a big difference in your progress. So let's learn some useful and common sentences for the afternoon. Please repeat after me slowly and clearly. After lunch, I go back to work. Sometimes I feel a little sleepy after I eat. I check my emails and answer the important ones first. I often read messages from my coworkers or from my classmates. I usually have 1 or 2 meetings in the afternoon. Sometimes I meet with a client or my manager to talk about tasks and projects. If I work from home, I sit at my desk and open my laptop. I type reports, write emails, or prepare presentations. I also look at my calendar to see what I need to do next. I like to keep my desk clean and organized because when my desk is clean, my mind feels more clear too. It helps me concentrate better. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I usually take a short break. I make a cup of tea or drink some water. Sometimes I eat a small snack, like a piece of fruit or a biscuit, to give me a little more energy. If I have enough time, I enjoy going for a short walk to get some fresh air. Even 10 minutes outside makes me feel much better and helps me return to work with more energy. If the weather is nice, I like to walk around the block or simply sit in the sun for a few minutes. When I have some free time in the afternoon, I often use it to study English. Sometimes I listen to a podcast while I walk outside. Other times, I read a short article or a simple story online. These small moments of practice help me improve little by little, day by day. In the afternoons, I have some routines that help me stay focused, organized, and also improve my English. One of the things I like to do is watch slow English videos. These videos are made for learners, so the speakers talk clearly and at a slower speed. When I watch them, I try to pay attention to the way they pronounce each word. This helps me train my ears to understand better. Another thing I do is repeat short phrases out loud. For example, if I hear the phrase, "I am ready," I don't just listen to it one time. I say it 2 or 3 times myself. Repeating out loud is very important because it gives my mouth practice. The more my mouth moves in English, the easier speaking becomes. Sometimes I also use a technique called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to someone speak and trying to say the words at the same time as they do. It is a little difficult in the beginning because you feel like you are chasing the speaker. But with practice, it gets easier. Shadowing helps me sound more fluent and also helps me improve my rhythm and pronunciation. I start to speak not only with correct words, but also with a natural tone. Before I finish my work for the day, I like to take a moment to write down what I did. I don't write long essays. I just write simple notes like, I finished my project today, or I answered 10 emails. This habit keeps me organized and helps me know what I completed. It also makes it easier to prepare for the next day because I can see what tasks are waiting for me. Sometimes I also write down one new word I learned during the day. For example, if I learned the word confident, I write it in my notebook. I might also write a small sentence with it, like, I feel confident when I speak slowly. Writing down new words is important because it is easy to forget them. When I look at my notebook later, the words come back to my memory. At the end of the day, before I stop studying, I like to review my English notebook. I open the pages and quickly read the words and sentences I wrote before. This review only takes a few minutes, but it helps a lot. It is like refreshing my memory before sleeping. Now I want to share a little story about my afternoon routine. You can listen carefully, pause if you need to, and repeat after me. Try to copy not only my words, but also my rhythm and tone. This is a very good way to practice shadowing. After lunch, I usually go back to my desk to continue working. I sit down, open my computer, and check my emails. Emails can be many, so I like to make a short to-do list for the afternoon. On my list, I write things like send report, call client, or finish presentation. Having a list helps me focus and not forget anything. In the afternoon, I often have a video meeting with my team. These meetings are not very long, usually about 30 minutes. In the meeting, we talk about what we finished in the morning and what we will do next. For example, someone might say, I finished writing the report, and another person says, I will prepare the slides for tomorrow. It's a way for us to stay connected and make sure everyone knows the plan. After the meeting, I usually take a short break. I stand up, walk to the kitchen, and make a cup of tea, or sometimes black coffee. I don't drink it fast. I like to drink slowly, standing near the window. Sometimes I even open the window or step outside for some fresh air. Just 2 or 3 minutes of looking outside makes me feel more relaxed. If I have a little free time, I like to use it for English practice. I often listen to a podcast, maybe something like this one, or I read a short story. Sometimes I watch a video where the speaker talks slowly so I can really catch every word. When I do this, I like to pause the video, repeat the sentences, and practice shadowing. It may feel simple, but it is one of the best ways to improve fluency. Each time I repeat, my mouth feels more comfortable speaking English. Before I stop working for the day, I write a short summary of what I did. For example, I answered all my emails, or I finished my meeting. This short summary makes me feel productive. I also write one sentence in English to describe how I feel. It can be something positive, like, I feel proud because I finished all my work. Or it can be honest, like, I didn't study much today, but I will try again tomorrow. Writing these sentences helps me reflect on my day and stay motivated for the next one. Now, I want you to try. You can pause this episode for a moment and talk about your own afternoon. Think about your usual routine after lunch. Do you go back to work? Do you go to class? Do you stay at home to rest? Or maybe you study English like me. Use short sentences. You don't need long stories. Even 3 or 4 lines are enough. The goal is not perfection. The goal is practice. Let's try together. I will give you the beginning of some sentences, and you can complete them with your own ideas. Ready? In the afternoon, I usually pause here and try to finish the sentence. After lunch, I like to pause again and add your activity. Good! You see, speaking practice does not have to be difficult. Even simple sentences, repeated out loud, help you improve day by day. Sometimes, at the end of the afternoon, I feel really good about my day. I feel proud when I can say, "Well done. Today I did my best." Usually, before the afternoon ends, I like to take a short break. I sit down, relax, and give myself a moment of rest. This helps me feel calm and ready for the evening. Now, let's talk about the evening and the night. For many people, evening is a very special time. It is the time when the busy day slows down, when work is finished, and when you can finally breathe, relax, and enjoy simple moments. The evening is also the perfect time to think about your day, to review what you did, and to prepare for tomorrow. Let's go step by step and repeat some useful sentences together. These are simple, everyday actions that many people do in the evening. You can listen, repeat, and then try to imagine your own evening routine. I usually come home at around 6 o'clock in the evening. The first thing I do when I arrive home is take off my shoes. This small action makes me feel comfortable and tells my body, now it's time to rest. After that, I often sit down for a few minutes. I don't do anything special. I just relax, breathe, and allow myself to slow down. Sometimes I watch the news to know what is happening in the world. Other times, I listen to music because music helps me relax, clear my mind, and feel peaceful. Both are good options, and you can choose what makes you feel calm at the end of the day. After relaxing for a little while, I prepare dinner. On many evenings, I cook a simple meal. Cooking can be fun, and it can also make you feel creative. But when I am tired, I don't cook. I order food instead. And that is okay too. Sometimes you just need an easy solution, especially after a busy day. When dinner is ready, I eat at the table with my family. For me, this is one of the best parts of the day. We sit together, share food, and also share stories. We talk about our day, what we did, what was good, and sometimes what was difficult. This family time makes us feel connected, and it helps us understand each other better. After dinner, It is time to clean the kitchen. I wash the dishes, put everything in order, and make the kitchen ready for the next day. A clean space makes me feel calm and gives me more energy in the morning. Sometimes, if the evening is nice, I go for a short walk after dinner. Walking outside helps me digest my food, get some fresh air, and feel light. Even 10 or 15 minutes can make a big difference. When it is almost bedtime, I like to prepare myself slowly for sleep. I often read a book because reading is relaxing. It takes me away from my thoughts and into another world. Other times, I listen to calming music, soft sounds that help my body and mind relax. Before going to bed, I always take a shower and brush my teeth. This is part of my daily routine. Clean body, clean mind, ready for sleep. Then, at around 10:30 or 11 o'clock, I go to bed. That is usually the end of my day. Now, you have just listened to my full daily routine, from morning to evening. And now it is your turn. I want you to speak about your own day. Here is how you can do it. First, think carefully about your day. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? Do you go to work, or do you study, or do you stay at home and take care of the house? What do you usually do in the afternoon? And then, what about your evening? Do you eat with family or alone? Do you cook or order food? What do you do before bed? Do you watch TV, read, or go for a walk? Try to remember as many details as possible. You can talk about today, about what really happened, or you can talk about a typical day, a normal day that you usually have. Both are good ways to practice. Great job today. In this lesson, you listened to a complete diary-style routine. You practiced new vocabulary, you repeated full sentences, and most importantly, you tried to speak in English. That is real progress. Every time you speak, even a little bit, you are moving forward. Remember this, you are not only studying English, you are starting to use English. You are living in English, one sentence at a time. This is how fluency grows. So keep going. Keep building your confidence. Practice your daily routine until the words feel natural, until speaking feels easy. And don't stop there. Add more details, more actions, more sentences. For example, next time, add what you eat for dinner, or describe what kind of book you read before bed. Little by little, your story becomes longer, richer, and more natural. Come back to this episode many times. Listen again. Shadow the sentences again. Each time, try to add a little more to your story. In this way, your English grows stronger and stronger. This is English Uncovered. I am Peter, and I want to tell you that I am proud of your effort. Learning a language is not easy, but you are doing it step by step every single day. So keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next lesson.